Hey folks, it's Don Perkins with another quick and dirty review. Today we're looking at 100 pieces of 5mm miniature dice. The reason I was looking for miniature dice in the first place was I was looking for some dice that would look right with some 1/6 scale figures that I'm doing for a diorama. And here's a hand of a 1/6 scale figure. At 5mm, these turn out to look like 30mm dice when being handled by the figure. So they're a little larger, but you know what? They actually look pretty decent. Being held by this small hand. But realize that's really big, and I'm going to pull these bone dice out because they're convenient. Notice that these are a little bit larger than normal 16mm dice. They're a bit larger. They don't fill up as much of my hand as these dice are filling up of the model's hand. By comparison, they're huge. They're so tiny compared to this die. These are little tiny things. I got mine for just under $9 delivered from Amazon. I just looked at Amazon now, and you can get them with Prime for just under $10. Not sure why the price has gone up, but it has. The workmanship on these varies. The 1-pips are all really large. I'm going to go ahead and bring these up close and give you a quick refocus on these. You can probably tell that the painting varies. Some of the painting is really good, some of the painting's really sloppy. There's some stray paint. I think you can see that pink die at the bottom in the middle has some stray paint on it. At the very bottom at that 3. So they're not like perfectly well produced, but again, you're getting 100 of them for under $10, and they are very tiny. So sometimes the workmanship on that kind of stuff isn't to the same level that you'd want to see on on your regular dice. Do they roll? Yeah, they roll, but I don't know why you'd bother. They're so tiny. They're really more of a novelty or a prop if you're doing 1/6 work. I couldn't find anything smaller. I may try something on Shapeways, building one on Shapeways, see if I can get something that's about 2.8mm, so I can get that size ratio. But to be honest, for what I'm doing, they're probably going to work out right. Besides the paintwork, there are a couple of other negatives. The color schemes are off. I mean, you've got, you'll notice I only have 3 white dice in this whole group of 100 here, with black pips. Everybody else are kind of unusual colors. Like it's a really dark red, which is not typical of the red you'd see. Kind of an orangey yellow, again, not the typical color we see. And then the rest are kind of pastel-y greens and pinks and blues. So they're not your typical dice colors, except for the ones that are white. Certainly no ivory colored dice in here. So that would be another negative. Also, they're very small. You're going to have to keep them out of the reach of small kids and your animals and everything else. They come shipped in this little bag that's here, this little Ziploc bag. I did not see a manufacturer on it. I'm not sure who the manufacturer is. Would I recommend them? Yeah, if you're doing some diorama work, if you're looking for something that's just a nice little conversation starter, look at these, how tiny these dice are. For $10, it's worth it. I mean, you're paying 10 cents a die, or less than 10 cents a die delivered. So I'll give it a moderate recommend. It's going to be useful for what I need them for, but not a whole lot of utility outside of working with miniatures. Certainly, you're not going to be rolling these in a Warhammer game, though. It's nice to have 100 dice for Warhammer. You're going to lose them. You're just flat going to lose them. Anyway, that's my review for the 5mm 100 pack of dice. Don out.